Hey guys, so I wasn't really planning on doing any more videos in the near future, but I had to do this video because I thought maybe some of you were on the fence about trying the new L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This showed up at stores, maybe a month ago I would say, and I picked it up at Ulta last week for $12.99, and I didn't really have huge expectations. I've used L'Oreal foundations before and I like them a lot. I think that for especially drugstore foundation, they're very good quality. My biggest problem with L'Oreal foundations is trying to get a good color match. It seems like, I don't know, they were never quite right for me, but this time I was pleasantly surprised because I was able to get a fantastic color match, and that's half the battle. When you're looking for a foundation, if you can't get a good color match, then you're really not going to like the foundation. So if you can do that part, then the rest is negotiable, because there's a lot of foundations out there in all different formulas for all different skin types, so at least you can customize it that way. But if you don't get a good color match, what good is it if it's a foundation that works for you formula-wise if you can't get it to match your skin? So I was really happy about that. And what I ended up getting for a color was 201 Classic Ivory is what I ended up with. Now, if you just look at this in the tube, you might think that was a good color match for you, because obviously it's much more yellow than my skin, so it's warmer tone, and the color just looks so crazy compared to looking at me, but it blends like a dream. This is a foundation that is geared towards people with normal to dry skin, which is exactly what I have. And so because of that, it has like hydrating properties to it. And I've used it now for almost a week. I want to make sure that I knew how it was going to perform on my skin after some time, because there are a few foundations out there that can break you out if you have a reaction to the formula, and that doesn't always show up on the first day. So I wanted to make sure that I had used it, quite a few times before I talked about it, but it doesn't cause any breakouts despite the fact that it has like hydrating properties in it. The color match, like I said, is great for me, and you wouldn't think that it would be. So because of that, even if you look at these in the store and you think, oh, that's never going to work for me because it's too warm or it's too light, give it a shot. If you really want to try this. If you have normal to dry skin and you're looking for a good foundation that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Because I was really pleasantly surprised with how this ended up performing for me. I was kind of on the fence about what shade to buy initially. I wasn't sure if I should go with this or the next darkest one. And this is the lightest shade, by the way. Well, at least it was. Where I purchased it at Ulta. I suppose there could be a number 200 out there, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shade, Classic Ivory. But the next one up, especially where it was summer, I thought maybe I should go with that next one, and it was just way too dark. And if you're on the fence about trying to select a color on foundation, for me personally, I feel like you should go a little bit lighter, because there's a better chance that it's going to blend into your skin and look better if it's just a hair too light than a hair too dark. Because if you go darker, it just is going to look really strange if your face is darker than your neck. I mean, you could always dust some bronzer on your neck to try to match it up, but it's just easier, I think, to go lighter rather than darker. So anyways, the color match, despite the fact of what it looks like, how it doesn't look like it would match me, it blended in like a dream and worked out really well. I'm overall very happy with this, and I'm so glad I purchased it. Really didn't need any more foundations, but when I see something new come out, it's so hard to talk myself out of getting it, because I love trying new things. The only other thing I'm going to say about this is if you're wearing this on a day that is extremely hot and or humid, I saw a little bit of breakdown as the course of the day went on because we had a heat wave out here last week, and so it was a lot hotter and a lot more humid than it would normally be. Instead of being in Massachusetts, I felt like I was in Florida. Not that I would know anything about that because I've never been to Florida, but you know what I'm saying. The weather was unseasonably hot and humid, and so I did see some breakdown a little bit of the foundation later in the day after it had been on for, I would say maybe like 8-10 hours. It didn't look as good as when I had first put it on. It says here that it's supposed to last for 24 hours, but come on, let's be real. There's no foundation that lasts for 24 hours without looking a little bit different than when it started, although my skin is somewhat dry, so I don't have as many problems with that as somebody that had oily skin would have with their foundation breaking down. So, yeah, I definitely would not recommend this for somebody with dry skin, though. I would say anywhere from normal to dry, and you'll probably be really happy with this. But, yeah, if you were on the fence about trying this, I would say give it a shot. I really like it a lot. The thing about it that impresses me the most is how well it blends into my skin. It's, in terms of coverage, I would say light to medium. This is not a heavy foundation, so in that regard, it's a good summertime foundation. And I think L'Oreal says that it's a medium coverage, and I would say that could be true. When you put it on initially, I feel like it goes on light to medium, and if you wanted to make it a medium coverage foundation, you could just put a little bit more, and it's not going to cake up, and it's not going to be a problem because I've done that. I kind of wanted to play around with it a little bit before I did my review, and so the first few times I used it, I deliberately didn't put that much on just to see how it would cover, and it didn't quite give me the coverage that I was looking for because I have a lot of imperfections on my skin that I'm trying to cover up. I have a lot of pink. I have a lot of acne scarring, so I like at least a medium coverage foundation. More is better where I'm concerned. And so you can build it up to a medium coverage. I've not used a powder over this, so I can't tell you how it would perform with a powder because I stopped using powder to set my foundation probably a year or so ago because I just didn't like the way it felt on my skin. I didn't like the way it looked, so I don't do that. So I can't tell you how powders perform over this, but I would imagine that, you know, it wouldn't be that much different than anything else. But yeah, so if you were on the fence about this, give it a go. It's worth purchasing, especially for this price point. Really good quality. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty much standard with foundations. And yeah, so that's all. I just wanted to let you know about this. Big thumbs up. Good job, L'Oreal. And I'll see you guys next time, whenever that may be. But I have to really be inspired now to do these videos because yeah, I don't want to do them unless I have something that I really want to talk to you guys about. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!